Thank you for taking the time to embark on the hypnotic frontier of sleep. And before you begin to cross over into this wonderful experience, if you can partition off your vision by closing your eye. Perfect. And take a deep breath in and a relaxing breath out. Perfect. And I wonder if you can draw your attention to the edges of each breath. Chest expanding. Relaxing. As you go deeper into this experience. I'm curious if you can notice the finer muscles rising and falling. The space in between each inhale and exhale. As you go deeper into this experience, perfect. I don't know if the space on the inside is calmer than on the outside. Your shoulders are a little more relaxed than someplace else. For what people love about this wonderful experience is their thoughts seem more distant, clearer. And I don't know the last time you went to the theatre. That velvet curtain descends upon the stage of your mind. Perfect. And I'm not sure you're aware how special you are. You've slowed down your breathing, blood pressure, heart rate, without me asking that of you. That's how special you are. Maybe in the past you've not been sleeping or tossing and turning or something else. But the truth is, it's got nothing to do with you. There's a process to it. And I'm sure you've seen a small child, a tired child in its mother's arms. Or maybe you were once capable of sleeping anywhere when you were small, at any time, in the car, on the sofa, with no discrimination towards any environmental barrier for sleeping. And in a moment, I'm going to share with you a few stories. And at first you might be thinking, why am I sharing with you these stories? But your subconscious mind will be listening and do something wonderful for you a little later on. And it reminds me of the second chapter titled Welcome to the Solar System, and the book titled A Short History of Nearly Everything. Astronomers these days can do some amazing things. In fact, if someone got high on the moon, they could spot the flare from right here on Earth. Their radio telescopes capture wisps of radiation so faint that if you took the total amount of energy collected outside the solar system, it's less than the dynamic of a snowflake striking the ground. Astronomers know everything, but only if they have the mind for it. And that's why no one ever noticed Pluto had a moon until 1978. And it reminds me that once upon a time, 19th century geologists could only use hopeful guesswork and would place various fossils and rocks in order by age. They had no idea how long any of those ages were. Fossils could be dated between 10,000 and more than 10,000 times 10,000 years earlier. And there was no shortage of people willing to help them. Archbishops, even Reverend Buckland, noted that nowhere in the Bible did it suggest that God made heaven and earth on the first day, but merely in the beginning. And the beginning was reason that it may have lasted millions of years. And at least today we can bring about some sophisticated dating techniques to the table, like radiometric dating methods, where the decay of certain elements such as potassium and carbon are reliable clocks to date ancient events. And as the saying goes, all roads lead to Rome. But my guess is you want to sleep easy and not head off to Rome. And for some, not sleeping feels like a journey. And I'm assuming you've traveled the not sleeping journey with finesse. And I don't know if sleeping's like a cocoon of tranquility, or sleep is like a piano. It depends how you play it. But what I do know is life is like a drawing without an eraser. There are sights you want to bring into the foreground and others blur at the edges. Feelings that fill you up and others evaporate in the distance. And that smell of sleep that rests on your lip, you can sometimes notice it in the morning. But right before bedtime, you have a clean taste or palate ready for this sensory experience. I wonder if you're aware of the sounds of light breathing, snoring, the body singing to you its lullaby of sleep. And I don't know what your drawing of life looks like now, but I'm curious. Maybe you have things lying around your home, ornaments, or you're living out of a suitcase, and there are some things between you and the dreamy edges of the solar system. And as a wise man once said, on earth there is no heaven, but there are pieces of it. Just the other day I was at the art gallery in Melbourne, and it was a Monet extravaganza. Huge moving projections on all the walls, classical music. It was a 90-minute continuous loop of art. And if that wasn't enough, you could buy a 1,000-piece jigsaw puzzle for $40. You needed some more Monet. And I don't know the last time you sat down, piece by piece, clue by clue, rearranged and arranged until it was perfect, to leave it finished, resting on the floor. And isn't it wonderful to know 10 years from now, into the future, how well you drew your life with all the sleeping bits in it, line by line, boundary by boundary, all without an eraser. That's how special you are. And as you've probably worked out, it's always the small pieces that make the big picture. And when you're ready to cross over into the next frontier, you can. You're perfect, just as you are.